television tastes funny.
Hello YouTube, this is DVD Review Studios here, and today we shall be doing an unboxing looking at the complete series DVD set of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which this box set was released in conjunction with the Cartoon Network 30th anniversary, and was released at the same time as the Ed, Edd and Eddy complete series box set. The only reason I haven't picked that one up is sadly, that is not the complete series. It's unfortunately missing a couple of specials and the finale TV movie, whereas thankfully the Foster's set is complete. It includes all 6 seasons of the show, and also includes the TV movie Destination Imagination. So it's good to finally have that in the collection along with obviously the rest of the series. So in terms of content that you're getting, this is a pretty slimline box set, very neatly put together, very compact as you would likely expect. In terms of the contents, the discs that you're getting, the first 3 seasons which were released individually, those are just a copy and paste of the same discs as before, of which they will include bonus features. However, 4 through to 6, which has never been released onto DVD before, that's all brand new content, but unfortunately, it's just the episodes. You don't get any bonus features with those, which is a shame. Let's unbox this DVD set and take a look at the inner contents. And here is a look at the DVD set with the cellophane removed, basically the same as what was already on the slipcover. And in terms of the actual contents that you're getting, thankfully there is an episode guide included, which I always very much appreciate these, so it gives you a rundown of each individual season, which episodes are included on which season, and any relevant bonus features, which to be honest is only seasons 1 and 2 that had extras when they were released individually. I believe season 3 was actually done as a made-on-demand edition, I mean, like I mentioned before. Unfortunately, the 4th season onwards, they were never released onto DVD anyway. In terms of the overall quality of the set, it's okay for what it is, nothing too spectacular about it. With the way the packaging is designed, I know a lot of people really aren't big fans of the enlarged box set style cases where the tray of DVDs just sits in there loosely. And personally, I really do prefer this since there's no risk of accidental damage with swing trays, since they are so prone to getting damaged so easily, and makes actually popping the discs on and off the holder a little bit more difficult, where you have to be kind of extra careful to an extent. And also, if you are importing these from another country, since I import these from the USA to the UK, usually when I've imported a large box set with a swing tray, 9 times out of 10 it arrives damaged, unfortunately, so no risk of accidental damage with this one, which is always good in my eyes. For the actual discs themselves, very, very minimalistic in terms of artwork. Nothing overly special, but I do appreciate how, despite the fact that these are reissued discs in some instances, with the earlier seasons that were released individually years and years ago, they've actually adapted artwork that fits in with the complete series set rather than just reissuing the whole disc, including the artwork, so that's at least something that is noteworthy. And here's a closer look at the artwork on each individual DVD disc, which each set of discs makes up a season of the show. So we have Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, and then bizarrely all of Season 6 was compressed onto one individual disc, including the TV movie, which is 10 episodes, and the film itself. And speaking of the film, one thing that I'm going to mention because I feel I should, which is incredibly disappointing, is that unfortunately Season 4 and the TV movie only run in a very low quality 4:3 aspect ratio, and there is no option to change this like with other episodes of the show, where you could in your TV settings change it from 4:3 where it's in the original aspect ratio they were made in. You can't stretch it into widescreen. And apparently that's because the discs have been encoded in widescreen, so the DVD runs as though it's always in widescreen no matter what, just with black bars down the sides. And the TV movie in particular is a very low quality presentation. Supposedly, it's actually a copy of the original broadcaster version from when it was released originally onto Cartoon Network, so I was very sad to hear that that was the case. And looking at the quality of those discs on my television, they look so blurry and distorted, which is incredibly saddening to see. And so I actually emailed and reached out to Warner Home Video as the distributor of this DVD set, and they did respond to my surprise. They said they would be able to replace the discs, but offering no guarantee that they could do this and that it could take up to 6 weeks. And it's a service only offered in the USA and Canada, which, as someone who's from the UK, is of no use to me, and therefore I'm sadly stuck with discs that I can watch perfectly fine, but quality-wise, they don't match the rest of the series, and I can't watch it in widescreen, where it's stretched to the full 16:9 aspect ratio, which is a little disappointing. Despite any issues I may have with the DVD release of this series, I cannot deny just how fun it's been to revisit some old memories and go through the series in chronological order. I absolutely love this show. The way the dialogue is so witty, and the delivery in particular, from so many wonderful, talented voice actors featured throughout this show overall, is honestly gut-punchingly funny, especially where I can watch this now as an adult and see a lot of the adult humor that creeps through, which I was kind of surprised with how risque some of the jokes were, especially with the main sort of target demographic being, I guess, younger children to teenagers, and some of these gags being a little bit more adult than expected.
Wow, we're really high up.
If we can get down there, from up here, you can get your pizza and I can get out of here. But how? A ladder? Man, this is tough.
No sheets.
Blue!
No sheets, bed sheets, come on.
There's overall some wonderful and really memorable episodes of this series. I love the opening, in particular House of Blues, which is, to my surprise, a three-parter which has so much great content, mainly looking at the introduction to Foster's home for the imaginary friends, the core characters such as Wilt, Eduardo, and Coco, and I love the main plot of Max sadly having to give up his imaginary friend Blue and have Blue live at Foster's home, but what he doesn't realize is that Foster's home is for adopting imaginary friends, and he's under the impression that Blue can just live there rent-free, which at first is not the case, but as the episodes unfold and the story continues throughout that three-parter, the rules are changed to benefit the two characters, which I thought was a very wholesome ending. Another personal favourite episode, Store Wars, is fantastic, where we see the core characters just going on what is supposed to be a fairly innocent shopping trip to the shopping centre, where they try and purchase a gift for Madame Foster's birthday, and of course chaos ensues between the characters where they end up getting lost around the shopping centre. Blue starts stealing things and kicking people in the shins, which I always found funny.
You rip-off artist! Ow! Back up, I have a shoplifter on the loose.
Season 2 has some great episodes, but of course, the best episode on there, and one of the most popular characters, arguably, was the introduction of Cheese.
Frankie, that weird kid is using a flower pot for a cup!
Honestly, what a great recurring character, which has somewhat become iconic to the series, and is a very quotable character at that as well.
I like chocolate milk.
Yes, I know!
Room with a Feud is a great episode as well on Season 3, where the characters fight over an open room and who really has the right to claim it for themselves. And I love Wilt in this episode, who acts rather selfishly, which is very much the opposite of his character in general, especially when he shuts down Blue and completely destroys him with this very brutal one-liner.
You'll be hurting my feelings.
You know, I was thinking about that. And the thing is, I really don't care.
And speaking of Wilt, Good Wilt Hunting is a great two-parter special, which was an extended episode and gave us a lot of backstory to Wilt's character, who is honestly my favourite. I absolutely love what they did with him. Phil LaMarr gives a lot of heart to his portrayal of the character, and Wilt has so many memorable one-liners and a very evocative past trauma. Anyhow, that's going to do it for my complete series unboxing on Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave me a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this DVD set? Are you a fan of Foster's Home? Do you have a favourite character from the series, perhaps? And of course, for more content, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, DVD Review Studios.
Are you threatening me?